It's Quinn and Cantera.
It is Pix 106, and here with our weekly feature from Martin Harding and Mazzotti is attorney Paul Harding. How are you, Paul?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing well. Good morning.
I enjoyed your advertisement as I sat and waited for Men in Black, and you were at least 40, 45 feet tall, Paul.
Yeah, I've yet to get there early enough to a movie to actually see it. And it's probably better that way.
You looked good, my friend. You looked good. And how did it go? By the way, real quick before we get into everything with Memorial Day weekend, did you get a lot of calls for people to take care of their driving needs?
Yeah, but Memorial Day historically is one of the days that we do the free cab rides, and it is also one of the days where we give the least cab rides out. It's not necessarily a day where someone's at a bar and maybe they're at a party, but they don't tend to make the call as much. I think we gave out 40 or 41 rides, but the best news was when we woke up on Tuesday morning and scanned the local media, newspaper, etc., we didn't see any serious drunk driving accidents or fatalities.
That's great. My guess is, just stab in the dark here, that your busiest time would be like New Year's Eve, just to guess.
New Year's Eve is a very busy time, but the busiest single night, the one that absolutely gets us...
Go away, guess.
Thanksgiving Eve.
I'm going to guess that or the Super Bowl.
No, it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Oh, good call.
Because everyone's back from college.
Right.
You got a lot of amateur drinkers.
Got that number memorized, and they dial the number, and they all call about the same time. So that's the busiest. Super Bowl Sunday is pretty good, and of course New Year's is very, very busy also.
Well, Paul, Sophia Anderson, 21, in her red convertible Mercedes, could have used one of your cab rides over the long holiday weekend. She drives through a home in Long Island.
Yeah, there's a big gaping hole in the house.
The woman who owned the house was 96 years old.
Yeah.
It's just scary all the way around. What do you do with this lady right here? What are we doing with her?
Well, I got to tell you, the pictures are absolute. If you looked online at the pictures of this, the house, as you say, literally, the car went through the house. The stove is in the backyard. And fortunately, the occupants, there were two in the house, were not injured. So what do you do with this person? I mean, obviously she's refused it. Well, she did refuse the breathalyzer. She refused the blood test. She's been charged with alcohol-related charges. She is going to go through the system. She's going to lose her license. I
had a conversation with somebody on Saturday night in Saratoga Springs. They were talking about a friend of theirs who had been pulled over for driving and for drunk driving, and this is like his multiple times he's had this. And his lawyer had advised him prior to this, all the little tricks of the trade to help your defense later on down the line. You don't take the breathalyzer, you don't do this. You mentioned that this chick didn't do that. One of the things that they told him to do, and I never heard about this one, is not unroll the window, but put your driver's license up on the glass of the window for the police officer and show them the driver's license.
Is that legal?
Can you do that?
I guess, right? Sure. I mean, all they want to do is get the license and registration. I guess you could devise such a plan by which you can get the license and registration to the police officer. Yeah, there's no duty. But again, I think it's, talk about probable cause, right? If you're just cracking it an inch and you're sticking your license through, if I'm a police officer, I say, okay, something's wrong here.
Right, that's probable cause, right?
Now, that's not exactly legal advice. I think the first part of that might be there are scenarios where if you had other offenses and if you know that you are drunk, there is an argument. And again, I don't do criminal work, but there's an argument that you would tell your client, if you really think you're over the limit, you don't necessarily have to submit to the breathalyzer.
Insightful as always. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, you can get in touch with Paul by calling 1-800-LAW-1010.
It's Quinn and Cantera.
Pix 106.